Okay, we're gonna get right into it, guys. So first thing I'm gonna show y'all is this TRS-80. This is a Model 100. It comes with the case, and this is a portable computer that was first manufactured starting 1983. I don't know the manufacture date of this one, but I can tell you that this works 100%. Like you can see, I just turned it on. Came up with this stuff. There was a program running on it just a minute ago. Okay, like look, here's a selection screen where you can run basic, telecommunications, all this other stuff. But yeah, there it is, TRS-80, Model 100, portable computer. Looked in the battery compartment, which is right here. And this battery compartment's hard to get into. There we go, got it. So you can see it runs on just 4 AA batteries, which is pretty amazing. I don't know how long it lasts on those, but I could tell you this is pretty uncommon to find. Like I might never find another one of these, so I was pretty excited about this. Trash 80s, man, they probably came out like late 70s, I would imagine. They're kind of a competitor for the Apple II, so this is really cool. I paid 40. They were asking 50. I offered 30, and the dude really, he did not want a deal on this. He bought it himself. He said for I think $600 back in the day, and he knew what it was worth. The program that was running on it at the time when I saw it said eBay price $150. So there's quite a few on eBay that don't even work. Now this is interesting. Came with what I thought was a manual, a user manual, but it's actually a service manual. And service manual means it tells you how to work on the thing. And it has like fold out schematic or circuit diagrams of the different boards and stuff in there. It's got logic. It's got like, it shows like stuff you're looking for in an O-scope. It's got troubleshooting flowcharts. So I imagine this is probably pretty rare. This is probably rarer than the computer, although it's not going to be worth as much. I'll probably end up selling the two separate. Really cool score there. Love that kind of stuff. If you're really interested in that little computer, I'm probably going to be putting a demo video on my eBay products channel that there's a link to in my little Linktree link down below in the description. So the next thing I picked up an Apple iPhone 5S. And I had no idea if it worked or anything. They didn't tell me. They didn't know. But I picked it up for $1, so I didn't care. I could sell it for parts. It's actually what I'm recording this on right now. It's an Apple iPhone 5S. That's what I have. Whenever I went to plug the power in, the power thing wouldn't go all the way in. I looked into like the little charger port there with a light. There's a grain of rice stuck horizontally, and it's still there. So grain of rice, number one, I can't plug the power thing in. Number two, that means it's almost certainly water damaged. And that's probably why they were selling it. So probably just going to sell it as parts. It's got a good screen. I mean, for what it's worth, after it's gotten wet, I'll just be honest and say, hey, parts only. And I don't know what I'll get for this, but it'll be more than $1. Okay, this is a Coleman Powerhouse unleaded lantern, which I'm guessing must mean, I haven't looked it up or read anything about it, but unleaded with the little gas thing on it there, that should mean it can run on gasoline, right? So I thought that was kind of interesting. But here it is. It's gray, it's not green. It's missing, the mantles are like messed up here, but I've got extra mantles down here. So anyway, I'll have to look this up, see what it's worth or whatever, but I paid $5 for it. Okay, next up, I've got a couple of hats that I picked up from the guy that I bought the TRS-80 from. And look, this one has a little green dude on it, drinking beer. And this one has a rabbit on it, drinking beer. This one says on. And This is from Interhash 98. And this is from Interhash 98 also. And he has like little signs on it. It says International Hash House Harriers 1998. Interhash Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And this one has something back here. I'll read it. PJ Animals, home of the hash animals. Interhash 98. So I think that's something to do with some kind of coding or something like that. I'll have to look it up. I paid $1 a piece. Okay, I was actually having a conversation with John, Cincinnati Picker, probably a couple weeks ago, about how, because I picked up an N64 without a power supply, and I said, dude, you never see N64 power supplies by themselves, hardly ever. You know, I think maybe once in 3 years I found one. So it's kind of funny that I told him that, and then I find N64 power supply and N64 controller. Controller analog stick is pretty decent actually, and it does have official Nintendo Rumble Pack on it too. So I paid $2 a piece for these. I actually have a system I can use them with too. Last weekend I found an Olympus Pearl Quarter, a blue one. Lady wanted $12 for it, and I passed. It just wasn't. I didn't think the deal was good enough. And Swamp came in the next day, saw the same exact one, but he got it for $5. So good job, Swamp. That was a good deal. I found an Olympus Pearl Quarter today. Guy was asking $3. I paid $2. So I have no clue if it works yet. Now, this is a box full of PS1 stuff, and I've never had this model. Really small, really compact PS1 model, really neat. It's also got like, it's got this unit here, which gives you more controller ports and stuff, I believe. Multiplayer adapter is what it's called. So that's pretty interesting. I've got AV cables. I've got this controller, and then I've got 2 more Sony controllers here. So that's good. 4 controllers is really good. And then whenever you sell video games, you'll find you can never have enough controllers and cables, power supplies, and all that stuff, you know, because you're always going to find stuff that doesn't have it. And then I got these games right here. So the games are Crash Bandicoot Warped. Crash games typically do pretty good, so be on the lookout. Star Wars Episode 1, Crash Team Racing, that's a good one. Pong, Monsters Inc., Disney, Pixar, blah, blah, Spyro the Dragon, that's a good one. I've sold one of those recently. Digimon World 3, Digimon Rumble Arena, Monster Rancher 2, and then some kind of demo disc here on the back. So the one thing I'm missing is I'm missing the power supply. 7.5 volt power supply, so I'm going to have to order one. I'm probably going to spend at least $10 to $15 to get that power supply. So whatever, I'll do it. And then hope the thing works. I paid $10 for that box. He was asking, they had a sign on it at $20, and now that I'm looking at the other side of the box, at one point it looks like they were asking $40. So the guy went from $40 to $20 to taking $10. Okay, this is a big Motorola bag phone, and I paid $5 for it. Last time I had one of these, here's the handset, and yeah, I don't know. It's like the cord's kind of jacked up a little bit, but anyway, the last time I had one of these, I made about 20 bucks or so. So hopefully I'll get that here. Okay, this is an external zip drive. So I've got this, it's got the power supply, and I've got a USB cable. So they make like SCSI bus and like maybe parallel port versions of this. So I should be able to test this since it's a USB version. I should be able to test it with my PC. We'll see. Not sure what those go for. I have that, and then I bought this whole box of media. And I think most of this media has been recorded too. This is upside down. But it's full. And these are the actual like zip disc. That's a zip 100 megabyte. PC 100. I think one of these is like a 250 megabyte. Yeah, this one's a zip 250. So we'll see how this does. I paid 10 bucks for that, and it took a little negotiating to get to that. She wanted $20. Okay, next item is this Zenith AM FM radio. I asked him about when he thought he bought it. He said he thought it was early 70s. That kind of makes sense. Now look, you'll notice, so it has this wood finish. Guess what? That's not simulated. That's actual wood. Actual wood. Like, look, here's the bottom. You can see the wood grain on the bottom. The model is X323 and has a layout. A lot of these old radios have layouts of the tubes. Picture there. So if you need to replace them, you know which tubes you need to get. Pretty neat radio. It works. It doesn't sound awesome, but it works. I haven't ever found a tube radio that was AM and FM. All the little tabletop radios I found that were tube radios were AM only. So this is kind of new for me. He was asking 20, which you can see here, but he had 3 things I was interested in. This and 2 cameras, and I offered him half price on all 3, and he took it. So I got this radio for 10 bucks. Pretty neat. I don't know what it's worth. What did I say it was? X323. So I'll have to look that up here in a minute. Okay, I'll show you the other 2 things I've got from that guy now. So this is a Revere Cine camera. It's a little 8mm camera here. Pretty cool, and I didn't test it or anything. It's just a neat looking little camera. He had 20 on this, so I paid 10. There's a manual in there. To be honest, I was kind of in the mood to buy some cameras. I haven't had any of this old camera gear in a while. I like fooling with it sometimes. So these old 8mm cameras, they don't run on batteries. See this? It's a winder. Wind it up. And of course, you don't get any, you don't get sound from these, just the pictures. But listen, when I push this down, I think we should hear the motor run. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like that's the extent of the testing I'll be able to do. But then there's all kind of like little settings on there. Pretty neat little thing. And I'll probably shoot a video showing just exactly what I just showed y'all, and I'll put it on my little eBay products channel, as I do. I really like the fact that I have the box there. So yeah, $10 for that. And then this is a very common camera, as it turns out, but Candace liked it. It's a PD16 Plenax Agfa Ansco folding camera. So pull this out. I've got the manual for this too. It's got 2 manuals in there. Here's the camera. Whenever you go to buy one of these, you want to figure out how to unfold it. It's like this, releases it. There, you can see that pop open. And then you just turn this, and it locks into place. And you want to check these bellows, because there's a lot of cameras that do this same exact thing. The bellows, you want to kind of look at them to see if they look like they're dry rotted or not, because then you get light leakage. Not that people are typically going to even use these for that. They're probably just going to put them on the shelf. This one was pretty neat. Then when you're done, there's a button up top and bottom. You hold them down, and then you can fold it back up. Pretty good engineering, right? Okay, this is a couple of board games I got. I paid $2.25 for both of these. On Assignment with National Geographic, an exciting travel game for the whole family. I've never seen it, so I bought it. Honestly, it looks like it's probably not very valuable. And then here's another National Geographic game called Global Pursuit. I'll have to check those out. Okay, so this is a poster that Candace really liked. It's got a little Rosie Riveter, but in this one, it's kind of, see, it's kind of like warped or whatever. But you can see Rosie Riveter has like a robot arm, and it says 10 can do it. 10 can do it. I don't know, you can't see, I think it's backwards on there. World War II, National World War II Museum Robotics Challenge from 2013. So pretty neat little print. Whenever I go to sell it, I'll take a picture of it, and then I'm not going to include the frame. I'm just going to roll it up, put it in a tube. And here's a few pieces of random clothing. This was pretty interesting. It's like a Wrangler tee, 50 years, Roswell, New Mexico. So I thought that was pretty cool. I think I paid 25 or 50 cents for that. And then I paid 75 cents for these old Gerbeau cutoffs. They're pretty shredded. Lots of, look at all the wear on that pocket. So hopefully somebody will want these. I don't know. I mean, they are shredded. They are destroyed. But I figured I'd take a shot at them for 75 cents. And it'll be really easy to list and ship, of course. Okay, Sony PlayStation 1 console only for $1. I actually have another one up for sale on eBay right now. Those don't go for big money, but I could test that one and sell it console only. Then I have 3 pairs of jeans. One of them is, these are all women's jeans, I think. One of them is a pair of Gitano. Is that still a thing? I remember that brand, like from the 80s. Is that still something that people wear? Is Gitano, or are these vintage? I'll have to look it up. Okay, I paid 50 cents for this. This is a game in a tube. So it's got a rollout board, I think, called Penty. The date on the side is 1977. So it's got like, I really don't know much about it. It's got a bag with the little pieces, this little drawstring bag, and then I've got a rollout board here, and it looks like it's got some scroll wrapped around that. I don't know if that's how they did the instructions for this or what, but pretty interesting. I've never seen it before, so I bought it. Okay, this is the first time I bought one of these before. I've seen Chad and a few others talk about them. It's a Sony. It's got the cover right here. And this is a reel-to-reel, a small one, I guess. It seems like most of the other ones I've seen are bigger than this. I don't have any idea if this works or not. I paid $3 for it. This is a Stereo 350 is the model. Interesting, it has a speaker actually on the bottom. I didn't know these things had speakers built in. I'm assuming that's a speaker, unless it's some kind of cooling. But yeah, it looks very vintage, of course, because it is. It says Tokyo, Japan on it. Distributed by Superscope Incorporated, Los Angeles, California. So yeah, we'll see if it works. Whenever I plug it in and look at it, if it looks like everything turns and stuff, then I might go ahead and buy me a reel so I can test it out fully. I have no idea what this thing is worth. Okay guys, so that is it. That's it for today's haul. So tell me what you think. If you have any information about any of this stuff, just put it down below. I always appreciate the comments, and I will see you guys this week. Take care. Bye-bye.